After getting engaged to the crown prince, Lin Yu was the ultimate female lead everyone adored. Lin Yu and I were washing dishes in the cafeteria, but she didn't want to bear the scandal of being a mistress. "You'd better leave. I'm going to find Lu Zue and embrace my new life with passion." After my engagement to the crown prince, his entire brotherhood secretly tried to seduce me behind his back. Just as I was confused, I saw comments floating by. The supporting female lead thinks she's everyone's dream girl, but the supporting male leads find her disgusting. They're only tempting her to help the real couple get together. Once they post her scandalous photos online, this bitch will be ruined and disgraced. She'll be dumped by the male lead, haha, and she'll even kneel and beg him to trust her, not knowing he's the mastermind. Because the male lead only loves the female lead. To win her back, he has to sacrifice the supporting actress. I see. So I called my fiancé's hottest brother, Jiang Song, with the most fragile and helpless sobbing voice. "Brother, I've been drugged, and I feel terrible. Can you come to my place and help me?" Both my roommate Lin Yu and I are poor little white flowers at the elite academy, but I'm the cannon fodder supporting role, while she's the beloved female lead. There were always wealthy heirs vying to transfer money and send gifts to her, but she was proud and aloof. She never accepted anything. It was the same after she started dating the young master Lu Zue. That day, Lin Yu and I were washing dishes in the cafeteria. Lu Zue, heartbroken seeing her fingers red from the cold, gave her a bank card worth 5 million yuan and forbade her from doing part-time jobs anymore. Lin Yu felt humiliated and had a big fight with Lu Zue. "All you know is to give me money. You don't understand how to love me at all. Let's break up." Lu Zue was dumbfounded. "Giving you money isn't love? Do you think I can't live without you?" he said angrily, then pointed at me standing nearby. "Hey, I'll give you money. You be my girlfriend." "Such a good deal?" I nodded instantly. "Okay, boyfriend." Both Lin Yu and Lu Zue were stunned. They didn't expect me to agree so quickly. I'm joking? If I didn't agree fast, what if they changed their minds? But today, 5 years later, through the bullet comments, I learned that they both regretted it long ago. To provoke Lin Yu into returning to chase him, Lu Zue got engaged to me. But Lin Yu didn't want to bear the label of a mistress. So, to make way for the male and female leads romance, and to prove his own charm, the male side characters made a bet on me. The first one to sleep with me would win a 50 million yuan sports car. When Lu Zue found out, he smiled nonchalantly and said tenderly, "I love her like my life, but I've been worrying about how to break up with her. If you really have the skill to seduce her into cheating, I'll throw in another 50 million. I was surprised. In the 5 years we'd been together, Lu Zue had not only spoiled me like his precious treasure, but was also insanely possessive. If I so much as glanced at another handsome guy, he'd kiss me until my eyes blurred, and I could only see him. If I wore a skirt that passed my knees out the door, he'd pull me back into the room and make me too weak to get out of bed. I thought he really loved me. Turns out it was all an act. But that's okay, I was acting too. I only loved his money and his body. But now that he and his buddies wanted to ruin me, don't blame me for letting my true nature loose and playing them like dogs. Jiang Song was handsome and fair, with a pair of peach blossom eyes that were clearer and purer than any high school boys. He was the first to know Lin Yu and came from a family comparable to Lu Zue's. He's always been unwilling to accept that he lost to Lu Zue when pursuing Lin Yu back then, so he was the most eager when seducing me and the most vicious when cursing me behind my back. I decided to mess with him first. I gave him a call, my voice weak and helpless. "Brother, I accidentally drank spiked alcohol at the party. Could you come to my place and help me out?" Jiang Song agreed. Through the barrage, I saw him excitedly at ing Lu Zue in the group chat. "And I thought Wenyan was so in love with you. I just bought her a few meals and some bags, and she's already asking me to sleep with her. Get that 50 million ready, haha." Lu Zue replied after a while. "Need me to send you a link, you little virgin?" Jiang Song, get lost. I wouldn't sleep with a second-hand woman you've already had. I'll only make her kneel and beg for it like a dog. Lu Zue, don't forget to take pictures. Jiang Song, relax, I'll make sure everyone sees her shameless face. When Jiang Song arrived, I had just finished a hot bath and was lying in bed, pretending to be drugged. My face and body were flushed red and burning from the steam. Jiang Song hid the disdain in his eyes, aimed the recording phone directly at the bedside, and pretended to care as he leaned in to ask, "Wen Yen, are you okay?" I lifted my eyes to look at him, my gaze shifting from confusion to focus, and choked out in surprise, "Jiang Song, why is it you?" Jiang Song froze. "You called me here." "Ah, then I must have dialed wrong. You should leave quickly. I was looking for Lu Zue." Jiang Song lowered his voice, coaxing me. "Lu Zue is on a business trip out of town. Be good, help your big brother undo his belt. I'll help you." Jiang Song wanted to record evidence of me being the initiator. How could I let him have his way? I showed despair on my face. No, since he couldn't come. Rather than slowly being worn down by the drug's effects, I might as well give myself a clean end. I picked up the scissors by the bedside and slashed at my wrist. After a brief moment of shock, Jiang Song snatched the scissors with lightning speed, his eyes full of disbelief. "You would rather die than let him touch you?" "Of course I wouldn't. That pair of scissors is so blunt, it can't even cut paper." My eyes were filled with grief and regret. Well, he is not only my lover but also my benefactor. I absolutely cannot do anything to betray him. After saying that, I tilted my head back, letting tears fall one by one, like a broken champion of pure love. I reached out again to snatch the scissors from Jiang Song's hand. He quickly dodged, seemingly shocked, even with a hint of jealousy and reluctance. He wasn't any worse than Lu Zue. Why did both Lin Yu and I only choose Lu Zue? Suddenly changing his mind, he said, "Then I'll take you to the hospital." "I'm not drugged. Going to the hospital would expose everything. Hospitals are crowded and full of gossip. If someone photographed me like this, it would damage Lu Zue and his family's reputation. I don't want that." I closed my eyes, my breathing weak, as if I was about to die any second. Jiang Song was clearly panicked, his voice trembling with urgency. "Wen Yen, don't scare me. Then I'm begging you, let me help you solve this." Beg me? Huh. Did he forget that half an hour ago, he was swearing I would beg him like a dog? Jiang Song lowered his head to kiss me, but I turned away, so his kiss landed on my cheek. I spoke with difficulty. "You really want to help me that badly? Then don't use that place." Jiang Song frowned. "If not there, then how?" I looked at his rosy, petal-like lips. "If you're willing, I'll do the same for you someday." Jiang Song's face froze. As the seconds ticked by, just when I thought he would feel humiliated and give up, he still couldn't resist the temptation of me helping him like this. His ears were so red they seemed to bleed. "You have to keep your word." "Okay." Jiang Song lifted my skirt up to my abdomen. The comments exploded instantly. "Damn, this female side character is so cheap, tricking the male side character into doing that for her. Good thing this video is enough to destroy her." "Really? Then before I'm destroyed, I'll enjoy it first. After all, it's my first time being served like this." The next day, everyone in the group was asking Jiang Song for the video. Jiang Song looked at me sleeping soundly in his arms and typed with mixed feelings. "She had a fever last night. We slept, no video." Lu Zue was contemptuous. "Then why didn't you take advantage of her vulnerability?" Jiang Song had a bitter taste in his mouth because he had spent the whole night being a simp. For a young master like him, who valued face above all, he would rather die than let anyone know about it. But the comments were baffled. What is the male supporting character doing? He clearly filmed a video. If he posts it, the female supporting character is doomed. Oh my god. He hasn't fallen for her, has he? After all, she's got big boobs, a soft waist, and a pretty face. LOL. Since you've praised me that much, wouldn't it be normal to fall for me? I opened my eyes and looked at Jiang Song. He must have remembered what he did for me. His ears were red, his eyes full of shame, and with a barely detectable hint of hatred. He coaxed me gently. "Wen Yen, you promised to help me. I want it now." I pretended to be confused, blushing. "I don't remember promising you anything. I only remember what you did to me." Jiang Song was stunned and flew into a rage. "Wen Yen, how can you go back on your word?" I trembled, my eyes full of fear. "So, you weren't really helping me, you just wanted me to help you." Jiang Song's face stiffened as he suppressed his anger and said softly, "It's not my fault. You said it yourself. If you don't believe me, I can show you." Realizing he had misspoken, he abruptly shut his mouth. My eyes widened in shock. You recorded a video? No, I just misspoke. But let me see your phone, or I'll always be worried. I reached out my hand. Jeong Song hesitated for a few seconds, then quickly deleted the video while entering the lock screen password. After confirming he hadn't backed it up, I returned the phone to him. The barrage comments erupted. Did he really delete it cleanly? Then we've just let the female supporting character have a good night for nothing. Please forgive my paranoia. I'm just too afraid of Lu Zue finding out. You know how vengeful he is. If he knew, he'd definitely finish us both. But if he ever finds out, just say I forced you. Jeong Song was stunned.
Why?
I gave him an innocent, limpid smile. Because you did something so intimate for me. You've been good to me. Before, Lu Zue was the only person I would give up my life to protect. Now you're one too. Let's be good friends. Jeong Song silently stared at my innocent face, and the bullet comments started cursing again. The female supporting character is such a scheming bitch, not only deceiving him for sex, but also trying to win his heart. Does she really think a few meaningless words will make the male supporting character betray his side? But that's exactly what I was thinking. After Jeong Song's mother died in childbirth, his father was too busy doting on his new wife. Aside from giving him money, he never showed him any fatherly love. My heartfelt confession at that moment, even though it made me want to laugh, struck right at Jeong Song's starved heart. And my act of taking my own life last night made him firmly believe I was someone who meant what I said. So while he was moved, he also felt ashamed. I was so pure and kind, accepting all his despicable scheming without reservation, and giving him the most sincere, true heart in return. Jeong Song dropped a line, "Get some rest," and left in a fluster. From that day on, Jeong Song seemed to vanish from my life. Instead, I was the one who faithfully forwarded the weather forecast to Lu Zue every day, reminding him to dress properly and eat well, while also sending a copy to Jeong Song. Jeong Song never replied, and I didn't care. But on the 10th day, I deliberately stopped sending them. Jeong Song couldn't get used to it. The chat window showed him typing repeatedly on his end, but his message didn't come through until evening. I only replied an hour later. My phone was broken and just fixed. Is something the matter, Jeong Song? Slip of the finger. Haha, what a poser. Clearly, he was getting hooked on me, but I didn't call him out. Instead, I seized the moment to milk Lu Zue for both money and pleasure. After all, I could take my time with other handsome men, but with Lu Zue, every opportunity was one fewer. With only a month left until the wedding and the male supporting characters making no progress in their temptations, Lu Zue tagged Chi Yi in the group chat. Chi Yi was a race car driver, handsome with sharp features, wild and uninhibited, dubbed walking pheromones, and even on the city's top heartthrob list. Back when Lu Zue first introduced me to him, all I could think was, if I knew your friend was this hot, I wouldn't have dated you. But my ordinariness made Chi Yi dismiss me at first, while my hard-to-get attitude sparked his interest. Chi Yi boasted, "Within 7 days, I'll have you all hearing her call me daddy in bed." In bed? Huh? I let out an excited laugh. Lu Zue lowered his eyes to look at me. "Sleeping with me makes you that happy?" I kissed him on the lips. "Of course. You're amazing. Love you to bits." He even voluntarily sent a hot guy my way. With a tsundere smirk, Lu Zue went at it even harder. Afterward, he tagged Chi Yi in the group chat. "You don't know how much she loves me. I'll set up a gathering for you tomorrow, otherwise you won't be able to get her out." Wow, I'll get to play with her tomorrow. I quickly cover my face with a blanket, afraid I'd laugh too loudly. The next evening, in the private room at the mahjong table, Lu Zue sat at the head. On his left was Chi Yi, on his right was Jeong Song. Lu Zue made me sit across from him. I waved my hand. "My mahjong skills are terrible. I'm just going to lose money." Lu Zue transferred 10 million to me, his voice full of affection. "Even if you lose, so what? Your husband has your back." I took the money and gave a sweet smile. "All right, I'll play with you." While I was concentrating on playing a card, a hand gently stroked my bare leg. My nerves instantly tensed. Subconsciously, I looked at Jeong Song. Jeong Song met my gaze, his ears slightly red, his Adam's apple bobbing as he lowered his head to look at his cards. I saw both his hands on the table, which made me even more suspicious. Pretending to be casual, I cast a glance downward. It turned out to be Chi Yi touching me. I hadn't expected him to be so bold, not afraid at all that I'd flip out on the spot. To keep up my innocent persona, I abruptly stood up. The three people at the card table all looked at me in unison. Lu Zue, I need to go to the bathroom. Lu Zue lazily raised an eyebrow. Go ahead. As I came out of the bathroom, Chi leaned against the bathroom wall, smoking. I pretended not to notice, but he stubbed out the cigarette, grabbed my wrist, and pulled me into his arms, his hard chest pressing tightly against me. I acted scared, struggling desperately. What are you doing? I'm Lu Zue's fiancé. Chi curled his lips into a smile. I know, but I want to chase you. Give me a chance. I blinked my eyes. So, you're trying to steal me away, huh? But I don't like you. Chi raised an eyebrow. You don't like me? Then why did you like my abs photo? I pretended not to know those photos were all set to only visible to me. You posted them wanting us to like them, didn't you? Besides, your abs are nowhere near as good as Lu Zue's. How could I possibly fancy you? Sure enough, men can't handle a challenge. Chi wanted even more to prove his charm. Then take a good feel. He lowered his head to kiss my lips. Although I really wanted to taste him, girls usually threw themselves at him. If I didn't act reserved, he wouldn't bother seducing me seriously. Besides, there were cameras here. A video of a kiss would be enough for Lu Zue and me to break off the engagement. I quickly turned my head away, and his lips landed on my cheek. Suddenly, a furious shout rang out from behind. What are you doing? My heart pounded with fear, and I instinctively thought it was Lu Zue coming to catch us in the act. But when I looked up, I met Jiang Song's furious eyes. I hastily pushed Chi away and slapped him across the face. You bastard. If there's a next time, it won't be just a slap. Chi used his tongue to poke at his reddened cheek, then curled his lips into a roguish grin. Then what should I do? I just want to kiss you. I want to chase you. Before I could say anything, Jiang Song punched Chi in the face. Stay away from her. Ha. Ha ha. That's hilarious. Aren't they supposed to be best buddies? Didn't they plan together in the group chat how to ruin me? And now they're fighting. Chi's smug smile froze on his face. He grabbed Jiang Song by the collar. What the hell is wrong with you? She's not your wife. What business is it of yours? The comments were both anxious and angry. Jiang Song is an idiot. If he hadn't messed things up, Chi would have kissed the female lead and ruined her. I hate men like Jiang Song who can't see the situation clearly. He's not even a side chick, yet he's here claiming territory. Sure enough, little virgins are the easiest to hook. The female lead just sent him a copy-paste, and he's already fallen for it himself. Jiang Song pushed Chi away coldly, saying, Wenyan is Lu Zue's fiancé. How can you treat her like this? How is she supposed to face herself? Have some decency. I stood by and shot Jiang Song a grateful look. Seeing this, Chi suddenly laughed, sarcastically. Jiang Song, you're something else. Are you trying to act like a good person by stepping on me? Did you forget how you cursed her in the group? Want me to repeat it? I played along and looked stunned. I asked Jiang Song in disbelief. What group? What did you say about me? Jiang Song's eyes were panicked. He opened his mouth but couldn't find words. I immediately comforted him. Don't worry, it's my fault. I shouldn't have believed Chi's instigation and doubted you. Both Jiang Song and Chi were taken aback. Jiang Song didn't expect me to trust him so much, and his eyes showed even more guilt and panic. Chia didn't expect me to be this foolish, and at the same time was unwilling to have done all the work for Jiang Song. I said to Chia, Lu Zue sees you as a good brother. If he knew you were after me, he would be very upset. I can't bear to see him upset, so don't speak nonsense in front of him, and don't harass me. In this life, I will only love him. I turned and walked away. After rounding the corner, I stopped to see if they would talk about me. Sure enough, I heard Chia snort. What's she pretending? Back then, she knew Lu Zue loved her roommate, but she didn't mind being disgusted, fawning over him like a dog. Jiang Song's voice was cold and deep. Don't put it so harshly. She truly loves Lu Zue. True love. If Lu Zue had no money, see if she still loves him. No. Why are you speaking up for her? Don't you find her disgusting? Jiang Song was silent for a moment. I just think she's not that bad. There's no need to hurt her. You forgot it was her who caused Linyu to go abroad and suffer. When you threw that punch just now, I thought it was your trick to seduce her. But now it seems you're very off. You didn't actually fall for her for real, did you? Jiang Song raised his voice. I didn't. Don't talk nonsense. That's good. I'll definitely win her over and get revenge for Lin Yu. Probably because Lin Yu, the first love, touched Jiang Song's heart. He fell silent. That's good. If Jiang Song really stopped Qi from toying with me, then I wouldn't get to play with Qi. Back at the poker table, Lu Zui saw the finger marks on Qi's face and glanced at me. Knowing the truth, he thought I was utterly in love with him, thought he had won over his brother, and he curled his lips slightly. Qi naturally noticed, and a flash of anger crossed his eyes. He grew more eager to prove himself. The next evening, he arranged a knight in shining armor rescue to lure me in. At that time, on my way home, I encountered 4 handsome, tall men. Since this area had good public security, I didn't feel in danger. Instead, I thought, wow, so many handsome guys. I'll add them on WeChat later. Until I saw the comments. Haha, this supporting actress is a coward. When she's scared out of her wits, Qi will come out to save her. She'll be moved and become an idiot for Qi. I see. So these 4 were sent by Qi to bully me. But I think the female side character only loves money. She won't be moved by this. I also think that risking his life to save her is less effective than giving her 100 million. That would definitely make her kneel down and call daddy. Gotta say, the bullet comments got it right this time. The bullet comments explained for Qi. When Qi was traveling abroad with his father and they were robbed, his father abandoned him and ran away. This incident left him with a serious psychological shadow, making him believe that people are all selfish and that the female side character would definitely fall in love with him for risking his life to save her. So that's it. So when Qi arrived with a car full of gifts, pretending to run into me on the road and coolly and arrogantly told me to run away quickly, I also coolly and arrogantly grabbed his hand and said, "No, if we go together." How could I abandon you? Qi and the 4 were stunned for a moment. Originally, Qi had planned to wait until I ran away, then pretend to be seriously injured to make me feel pity and moved. But now, to avoid blowing his cover, Qi pushed me behind him and signaled them to actually fight, while he pretended to be unable to win, taking several hard punches to the stomach and face. While crying out in a trembling voice, "Please don't hit him. Take my money, take my body, I'll give you anything." I was laughing hysterically inside, praying they would hit him harder, harder. Qi was stunned, never expecting I would go this far for him. I was committed to the act. When a thug raised his foot to kick him, I screamed, "Watch out," and rushed over. Then, right in front of Qi, I was kicked by the thug, flying over a meter before landing face down on the ground. My knees scraped against the pavement, blood seeping out. Ah! I let out an exaggerated scream, then closed my eyes and pretended to be unconscious. Qi was momentarily stunned, then cursed and ran anxiously toward me. "Where the fuck are you kicking?" The 4 thugs looked wronged. "I didn't expect she'd jump in to take that hit for you." "Yeah, normally a girl would be scared to death and run away. This girl is really something. She even said we could take her money and her body. No wonder you staged a hero saves damsel act to win her over." Qi, annoyed and unsettled, ignored them and took me to the hospital. Actually, it was just a soft tissue contusion on my stomach and a scraped knee, nothing serious. But I kept saying my head hurt, so the doctor added a concussion and had me hospitalized for observation. When I was sleeping, I cried out in pain like I was talking in my sleep. Qi leaned down, as if afraid to wake me, and whispered, "Where does it hurt?" "My tummy hurts. I need a hug and a rub." Qi hesitated for a moment, then, as if making up his mind, got into bed and held me in his arms. His big hand gently rubbed my stomach through the fabric of my clothes. I buried my face in his chest, breathing in the faint citrus scent of his body, and slipped my hand under the hem of his shirt, groping his abs. Qi stiffened, grabbed my hand, and murmured, "I'm Qi, not Lu Zui. Don't mess around, okay?" "I know," I mumbled drowsily, and draped my leg over Qi's waist. His breath caught sharply. He tried to move my leg away, but as soon as his hand touched my thigh, I cried out in pain again. Afraid of hitting the wound on my knee, Qi didn't dare move anymore. He just gently rubbed my stomach. But this intimate position, combined with the sweet scent of my body constantly drifting into his nose, made Chi's temperature gradually rise, even arousing him. Given his audacity to touch me under the poker table and kiss me upon meeting, I thought he would definitely not be able to resist taking me. As a result, I thought he wanted sex, but he played it pure and innocent, quietly moving his leg away so as not to press against me. I wasn't in a hurry, but the live chat was. Why hasn't she slept with the female side character yet? Is it because he's inexperienced and doesn't know where to start? Or maybe he thinks she's tainted by the male lead and can't bring himself to do it. Poor Chi, he's guarded his virginity for the female lead for so long, and tonight it's going to be given to the side character. But the way Chi carefully rubbed the female side character's stomach showed he truly cared for her. Later, Chi's father told his mother that if a child died, they could have another, but if Chi died, the company and the family business would be finished. His closest family could abandon him, but the female side character risked her life to save him. He was falling in love with her. But the female supporting character clearly has a scheme. If she were really a good person, she wouldn't cling to the male lead and refuse to let go, knowing full well that the main couple broke up out of spite. Sigh. Chi doesn't have a god's eye view, so he's about to be fooled by that supporting actress. Laughing my ass off. I don't want Chi's heart. I just want to play with his body. I hold Chi tightly, waiting until he reaches his limit, his forehead breaking out in a thin layer of sweat before I open my eyes. A flicker of embarrassment and panic crosses Chi's face. He probably worries that I'll mistake him for a pervert taking advantage. I don't say anything, just nuzzle my face into his chest. Chi swallows hard, his voice hoarse. 1 yen, it's me, Chi. I softly murmur. Chi freezes. A bit nervous. Then do you like me? Chi curls his lips in delight. I knew it. Actually, Lu truly wants to marry Lin Yu.
He won't marry you.
Break up with him and be with me, okay? A kiss? I lift my eyes to look at him. Chi lifted my chin and leaned down to kiss me, but his kiss was extremely gentle and affectionate, as if afraid that using force would hurt me. I murmured softly, wanting. Chi was breathing heavily, his voice hoarse and hot. Not here for the first time, okay? And I'm afraid of hurting you. But I kept whimpering. So Chi opened a small website, studied for a moment, then crawled under the covers. I never imagined that the man whom so many wealthy socialites had failed to win over, who used to look down on me, could now be toyed with by me. Getting what I wanted, I couldn't help but smile softly, and Chi also curved his lips in a smile. But the next day, he couldn't smile anymore, because the moment I opened my eyes, I slapped him. Chi touched his face. Why did you hit me? My eyes reddened, as if I had suffered a great humiliation. How could you do such a thing to me? Chi softened his voice. You were the one who initiated it, and you agreed to be with me last night. You haven't forgotten all of that, have you? I was stunned, as if trying to recall. Last night, I was in so much pain I was delirious and thought it was Lu Zue who came. So it was you. Chi panicked. I was afraid you'd mistake me, so I kept telling you I was Chi, but you still got it wrong. I nodded. Can you not tell Lu Zue about this? I'm afraid he'll be angry. Chi didn't answer but asked instead. Then do you like me? No. Chi frowned. You don't like me? Then why didn't you run yesterday when I told you to? Instead, you risked your life and took that kick for me. Because you're Lu Zue's best friend. If you got hurt, he would worry. I can't bear to make him worry. You're only nice to me because of him?
Yes.
I told you. I will only love him alone. Chi's chest heaved rapidly, as if he was furious. That's right. He had been overjoyed, thinking he had met a true love willing to risk her life for him, wanting to date me seriously. But it was all fake. This emotional roller coaster was worse than any drop tower ride. But Lu Zue doesn't love you at all.
Come with me.
I truly like you, and I will treat you well for sure. The barrage lamented with frustration. I was just saying why Lu Zue endured so much without touching the female supporting character. Turns out he really fell in love and couldn't bear to. Male supporting character, you better wise up. Watching you get played by the female lead breaks my heart. I showed contempt. First you tried to drive a wedge between me and Jiang Song. Now you're trying to do the same with Lu Zue. How disgusting can you get? Chi's face stiffened, his eyes pleading. Don't be mad at me yet. I'll prove they're both bad people, and I'll prove my feelings for you are real. I pretended to be deeply in love with Lu Zue, but Lu Zue was extremely good to me. No matter what proof you bring, I won't believe you. And if you really like me, can we keep last night's incident as our little secret? Don't tell Lu Zue or anyone else. Chi looked at me silently for a moment, then grumpily agreed. At noon, Jong Song, who hadn't received my good morning message, sent a question mark. I took a photo of my bandaged knee and sent it to him. In the hospital. Jong Song immediately asked for the address and rushed over. How did this happen? This act of chivalry wasn't something to be proud of, so Chi didn't mention it in the group chat. I pretended to be in pain, wincing even when I turned over slightly. I got tangled up with some thugs last night. Jong Song's eyes were filled with concern. Besides your knee, where else does it hurt? My stomach and head ache a bit too. Why didn't you call me then?
Chi was there.
He saved me. Jong Song paused, immediately understanding, and silently cursed, bastard. He sat by my bed again and said, last time you asked me if I wanted to be your close friend. I've made up my mind. I want to be your boyfriend. My eyes widened in shock. Are you joking? I'm serious. The tips of Jong Song's ears flushed red. I keep dreaming about what I did to you that night. I can't stop thinking about you. I know you only love Lu Zue, but there are times when he can't take care of you. Just think of it as having an extra boyfriend. I'll take good care of you, and I'll hide myself so he won't find out. I don't mind having an extra boyfriend, but Jong Song has such a sharp tongue. Fooling around is fine, but as a real boyfriend, he's not worthy. I put on an awkward smile. But I don't need it, and it's not fair to you. Jong Song reached his hand into his pants pocket. He must have pinched himself hard, because the next second his eyes reddened, his dark pupils glistening like a puppy drenched in rain. I don't think it's unfair. If you don't agree, I'll be utterly heartbroken, tossing and turning all night, and might just drop dead from insomnia. You said you'd rather give up your life than let anything happen to me. Just take pity on me. After saying this, Jong Song leaned in close to my face, putting on a sweet, pleading voice. Pretty please? I'm begging you. Jong Song was handsome, and when he played the delicate flower, he was even more pitiful. I watched him with keen interest. Jong Song suddenly lowered his head and kissed me on the lips. Normally, he scolds me so harshly, but his lips were surprisingly soft and even a little sweet. I pretended to be stunned by the kiss and let him go on until I caught a glimpse of Chi standing at the door, staring at us with heavy brows and dark eyes. Thinking back to last night, Chi Yi and I were locked in a passionate kiss in bed, and now I'm tangled up with his brother. What a thrilling experience. But I couldn't break character, so I reached out to push Jong Song away. Jong Song grabbed my hand, but he also spotted Chi Yi at the door. He licked his lips and told me, I have something to talk to him about. I'll come find you later. Through the bullet comments, I saw Jong Song lead Chi Yi to the stairwell. Jong Song got straight to the point. It's exactly what you saw. I've fallen for Wen Yan, so don't even think about seducing her or hurting her. Chi let out a light scoff. So, your ambition is to be a homewrecker? Jong Song straightened up. Being the other woman is just how I love her. Stay away from her from now on. Chi curled his lips contemptuously. Can't stay away because I like her too. But unlike you, I won't settle for being the other woman. What I want is to be her husband. Jong Song got agitated, jabbing a finger at Chi's face. If you dare to seduce my girlfriend, you're dead meat. The live comments erupted in fury. Are these two losers for real? The female lead doesn't even like them, and they're already fighting over titles and assigning themselves roles. They know she's a piece of trash, yet they still scramble to lick her. I've never seen such pathetic dogs. Yeah, no wonder the female lead doesn't like them. It seemed the comment section was really pissed, even taking shots at their favorite male side characters. Chi Yi grabbed Jong Song's finger. Why are you getting worked up at me? Wen Yan is blindly obsessed with Lu Zue right now. What you need to do is join forces with me to show Wen Yan Lu Zue's true colors. Otherwise, neither of us will get her. Jong Song calmed down upon hearing this. He knew how much Wen Yan loved Lu Zue and also knew that Wen Yan hated Chi. So, using Chi as hand to remove Lu Zue as an obstacle and then monopolize Wen Yan was a perfect plan. Jong Song agreed. When the two returned to the hospital room, I looked at Chi Yi uneasily, feigning distress. Jiang Song kissed me in a moment of confusion. Can you keep this a secret and not tell Lu Zue? Jiang Song said softly. Wen Yan, it wasn't a moment of confusion. I'm serious about you. Besides, Lu Zue doesn't love you.
I'll help you see that.
Chi Yi curved his lips. I won't tell him. But now that Jiang Song has said Lu Zue doesn't love you, just trust us this once, and let us prove it to you. Since Lu Zue had decided to abandon me, rather than letting him catch me in a mistake and dump me, it would be better for me to stand on the moral high ground and condemn him. I nodded in agreement. 2 days later, Jiang Song and Chi Yi made me hide in the compartment of the private room and then arranged for Lu Zue to meet Lin Yu. Lu Zue sat down in front of Lin Yu. His eyes clearly showed delight, but his voice pretended to be distant and aloof. What brings you here to see me? Lin Yu frowned slightly. I came to find you. Wasn't it you who texted me?
No.
Oh, then it must be someone's prank. I'm leaving. Lin Yu picked up her bag and walked away. As she passed by Lu Zue, he suddenly grabbed her wrist, stood up, and stared at her intently. It's been 5 years. Don't you have anything to say to me? You're about to marry Wen Yan. What's there for me to say? Lu Zue raised an eyebrow. Jealous?
Angry?
Then admit your mistake and be soft with me. I'll switch the bride to you. Lin Yu slammed her bag into Lu Zue's face and shouted angrily, Why should I admit my mistake and be soft? Don't think I still like you. You haven't changed at all, still that arrogant jerk. Lu Zue was stunned for a moment, then pinned Lin Yu against the table. If you don't like me, why did you cut ties with Wen Yan? Why did you give up your job abroad and come back the moment you heard I was engaged? Lin Yu, you're so fake. Just say you love me, and I'll marry you. Lin Yu's eyes reddened, her voice choked. Since you know everything, why won't you lower your head and coax me? Why do I have to be the one to make the first move? You say you like me, but everyone knows you're crazy about Wen Yan. You took her to see the Northern Lights and ski, bought her a big villa and huge diamond rings.
Lin Yu sobbed.
Lu Zue's anger instantly dissipated. He coaxed her softly, Don't cry. I did all that to make you jealous, to show off for you. I don't like her either. I only like you. Let's get married, okay?
Lin Yu didn't speak.
Lu Zue wiped away her tears and, unable to resist, kissed her. I rubbed my reddened eyes, added some eye drops, and forcefully pushed open the door of the stall.
Bang.
Lu Zue and Lin Yu froze at the sound, both turning to look. For a moment, our 6 eyes met. They were stunned, then quickly stood up and separated. Worried that Lu Zue would interrogate me about why I was here, I sobbed and struck first. You don't need to explain. I heard everything. I'll let you two be together. Go ahead and cancel our engagement announcement to the public. The barrage comments delighted. Wow, the male and female leads are finally together. The female supporting character finally acted like a decent person, knowing to step down voluntarily. Hope she doesn't cause any more trouble later. After giving my instructions to Lu Zue, I was about to leave, but he grabbed my hand and said worriedly, Wen Yan, you wouldn't do anything foolish, would you? Of course not. I'm just relieved to be free again, free to have fun and be carefree. I have no feelings, it's all acting. None of your business. You're just deceiving me anyway. I yanked my hand away and ran off. Lu Zue chased after me again, not even stopping when Lin Yu called him. It wasn't until he saw Jiang Song and Chi Yi in the hallway that he let out a sigh of relief. Wen Yan just saw Lin Yu and me together. You two keep an eye on her for me first, make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. I have to go find Lin Yu. Chi Yi replied coolly, Fine. Jiang Song barely suppressed the smile tugging at his lips. All right, go find Lin Yu now. Chi Yi and Jiang Song caught up to me and asked in unison, Now you know Lu Zue was lying to you, right? I sniffled. Yeah, thank you. I'm going home now. They both insisted on seeing me home. No need. I just want to be alone for a while. But they were stubborn, not only walking me home, but also buying me a bunch of gifts to cheer me up. What could I do? I accepted them, holding back tears. In the evening, seeing that I didn't want to go out for dinner, Chi Yi cooked himself. Jiang Song kept sitting on the sofa comforting me. Don't be sad. You should be glad you saw Lu Zue's true colors before marriage. And I will love you more than he did. After saying that, he gazed at me tenderly, then couldn't help leaning in to kiss my lips. Chi suddenly turned off the stove and walked over. Jiang Song, can you stop lying to Wenyan? Jiang Song paused and turned to look at Chi. What have I lied to Wenyan about? Chi took out his phone and handed me their group chat. I know you need evidence to believe it. This was all said by Jiang Song himself in the group. I had planned to squeeze more benefits out of the two of them, but Chi interrupted my plan. Still, it's just as well. I can get rid of these bastards all at once. I feigned shock as I scrolled through the phone screen, my lips trembling as I confronted Jiang Song. On one hand, you call me dirty. On the other, you lower your head to kiss me. How are you even more disgusting than Lu Zue? Jiang Song's face turned pale, his voice flustered. That was in the past when I had misconceptions about you. I truly like you now. I said sarcastically. Do you really like me, or do you truly want me to kneel down like a dog and beg you to sleep with me? You know it in your heart. Jiang Song dropped to his knees with a thud. I truly know I was wrong. Please forgive me, just this once, okay? Watching this was really satisfying, but I pretended to be detached. I won't forgive you. Get out of here. Chi was also fanning the flames on the side. Just leave. Wenyan doesn't want to see you right now. Jiang Song gritted his teeth and glared at Chi resentfully. You sly old dog, do you think you're any better? Don't forget what you said in the group chat, that you wanted Wenyan to call you daddy in bed within 7 days. Chi had apparently anticipated this. Without changing his expression, he explained, I've liked you for a long time, but I was afraid that if Lu Zue found out, he would stop us from seeing each other. So I said that misleading thing in the group to throw him off. If you don't believe me, check the chat history from start to finish. I only said that one sentence. It was true that he only said one sentence, but it wasn't that he liked me, it was that he disdained toying with me. Jiang Song was shocked by Chi's shamelessness and anxiously warned me, don't be fooled by him. The thugs the other day were deliberately brought by him to harm you, hoping to make you touched and fall for him. Chi clicked his tongue impatiently. Do you have any proof that I deliberately sent those people? I know you and Lu Zue are as close as brothers, and I know you've always had a crush on Lin Yu. But to harm Wenyan and me like this for their sake, you're truly disheartening. Chi was glib-tongued, and Jiang Song was completely outmatched in words, nearly in tears from frustration. He kept tugging at my pant leg, pitifully begging me. It's not what he said. Wenyan, please believe me. I only believe what I see. You get out of here. And you too, Chi. Chi froze for a moment. Why should I leave? I'm sincere with you. I replied with a face full of disgust. Oh? Then can you kneel down and call me daddy? Chi looked as if struck by lightning, rooted to the spot. If you can't do it, don't brag about liking me. I've seen through you. Before I could finish my sentence, Chi dropped to his knees with a thud, his voice crisp and clear. Dad. Jiang Song was stunned for a second and silently cursed, bastard. I felt a thrill that made my scalp tingle. I even started to understand why guys love hearing girls call them daddy. Chi looked up at me and said, Do you believe me now? After all, he just wanted to be my boyfriend, not harm me. I nodded and said, I believe you. Jiang Song's eyes widened in shock, as if he'd found a way to surrender. He said urgently, Wenyan, I can call you daddy too.
Daddy.
I pursed my lips, barely holding back a laugh. But that's far from enough, because his mouth was the most venomous. Looking down at Jiang Song, I said, You know how much I want to be good to you, but you lie the moment your lips part. I can't trust you. A glimmer of tears appeared in Jiang Song's eyes, as if he was about to cry. Then what do I have to do for you to believe me? I poured the yogurt from the coffee table onto my foot. Lick it clean, and I'll believe you. Jiang Song stared wide-eyed in shock. Chi smirked like he was enjoying the show. The yogurt trickled down my foot. Afraid of making a mess on the floor, I grabbed a tissue to wipe it off. Jiang Song suddenly lowered his head and licked off the yogurt about to drip from her foot. My heart trembled with excitement, and I instinctively pulled my foot back. Jiang Song held my foot, licking the yogurt clean bit by bit like a dog. Now will you believe me? I believe you. But all of you need to leave. Jiang Song's eyes first lit up, then darkened. You're emotionally fragile right now and need comfort. I'm not leaving. I want to stay with you. Chi, I'm not leaving either. I'll stay with you. They knelt before me like two big dogs. As we hesitated, someone opened the door. I turned around and saw that it was Lu Zue. Lu Zue was stunned for a moment at the sight of Jiang Song and Qi kneeling at my feet. He thought they were pleading for him, so he walked over quickly and said, "You don't have to go this far for me. Both of you get up." Neither Jiang Song nor Qi paid him any attention, only gazing at me with longing eyes. Seeing this, Lu Zue didn't insist further. He walked over beside Jiang Song and explained to me, "Wen Yan, you heard what I said to Lin Yu in the box this morning. I won't deny that I wanted to get back together with her, but after you left, my mind was full of you. Only then did I realize that I had already fallen in love with you long ago. I won't marry Lin Yu. The wedding will go on as planned." Question marks popped up in my eyes, and a barrage of comments appeared. The male lead is so despicable. Rejected by the female lead, now he thinks of the female supporting character. Even though I hate that gold-digging female supporting character, I still hope she stays sensible. The male lead doesn't truly like her. He just doesn't want to lose both and end up with nothing. So that's it. Lu Zue's earlier act of chasing after me out the door chilled Lin Yu's heart. Lin Yu felt that Lu Zue didn't just love himself as he claimed. His heart had already unknowingly tilted toward me. Proud as she was, she no longer wanted Lu Zue. But I didn't want Lu Zue either. Lu Zue was proud and noble. When we were together, although he tried to spoil me, I was always the one in the lower position. Most of the time, I was the one flattering and pleasing him. Now that I've made enough money, I just want to please myself, not others anymore. I pretended to be heartbroken by him, tears welling in my eyes. I loved you so deeply, yet you only treated me as a tool to make Lin Yu jealous. I can never marry you again. I thought I was being nice to you just to make Lin Yu jealous, but every time I saw you happy, I felt genuine joy from the bottom of my heart. I truly wanted to be good to you. Then adding a bet, asking your buddy to seduce me, and then leaking my bed photos online to ruin me. Was that also your way of being truly good to me? Lu Zue was stunned, looking at Jiang Song and Qi Yi in disbelief. Did they say something to you? I saw your group chat. I saw all those disgusting comments you made in there. I will never forgive you in this lifetime. Lu Zue's face went blank for a moment. As he spoke, he tried to pull Jiang Song up. Get up first, I'll kneel to Wen Yan myself. Jiang Song pressed his leg down hard, refusing to let Lu Zue take his place. No way. I haven't even gotten Wen Yan's forgiveness myself yet. Lu Zue grew anxious. Stop making trouble here. Aren't you the one who hated Wen Yan the most? Just get out of the way. Jiang Song hurriedly looked at me. Wen Yan, don't listen to him. Right now, I like you the most. I made no reply. Lu Zue suddenly broke down. He roared. Jiang Song, are you crazy? She's my wife. What do you think you're doing liking my wife? Jiang Song curled his lips slightly. You two haven't gotten the marriage certificate yet, so she's not your wife. Besides, I just like her and you can't control that. Lu Zue blinked. He stared at Jiang Song as if looking at a stranger, then shifted his gaze to Qi. Don't tell me you're kneeling here, because you also like my wife. Qi said calmly. I do like Wen Yan. I think you're not thinking clearly right now. You should go get some sleep, and then you'll realize that the one you love is still in you. After hearing this, Lu Zue scratched his hair in agitation. He tried to suppress his anger but couldn't, and cursed bitterly. I'm so F***ked. How did I ever end up knowing you two bastards? No wonder Lin Yu and I inexplicably received texts to meet up. Turns out it was a setup by you two. Wen Yan, since you've seen the group chat, you should know that they're not good people either. Are you going to forgive them, but not me? I wiped away my tears. I won't forgive any of you. Don't come looking for me ever again. Every time I see you, I'll remember how you insulted and hurt me. Jiang Song grabbed my calf urgently. Wen Yan, don't drive me away. Let me stay and take care of you. I'll even be your dog if I have to. Lu Zue grabbed Jiang Song's hand, trying to pull it off my leg. Where the fuck are you touching? Jiang Song suddenly lost his temper, stood up, and shoved Lu Zue to the ground, his fist slamming into Lu Zue's face. What business is it of yours where I touch? Wen Yan and I have a great relationship. If you hadn't come along and ruined everything, she would have forgiven me by now. Lu Zue clenched his fist and fought back without backing down. You fucking seduced my wife, and you think you're in the right? I'm going to beat you to death today. I appeared silent, but inside I was laughing hysterically. These dogs deserved to tear each other apart. Chi suddenly leaned close to me and said, "See that? They're both unstable and have violent tendencies. Only I am the right one for you." As soon as he spoke, the two who had been fighting fiercely immediately stopped and scrambled to kneel before me. "Lu Zue, honey, you know I never fight with anyone. I was just out of my mind earlier." "Jiang Song, Wen Yan, I don't usually fight, let alone hit you. Being pestered by men is really annoying." I blurted out. "How about you guys compensate me with some money?" Lu Zue and Jiang Song's eyes lit up, as if finding a way to be forgiven by me. Lu Zue transferred 100 million to me, with the usual note, "Voluntary gift." Jiang Song and Chi each transferred the 50 million from the bet to me. I pretended to be surprised and said, "I was just joking. You guys actually gave it." Lu Zue, "Honey, you know I've never shorted you money. After we get married, all my money will be at your disposal." Jiang Song, "My money can all be yours too." Chi, "As long as you're happy, I'll give you whatever you want." The comments exploded. Wow, that was satisfying to watch. Can I play a role in this money-collecting scene? Whoa, I want to act in 2 episodes too. The female side character may be materialistic, but she's really skilled. None of the 3 men realized they were being played. Respect. Lu Zue gritted his teeth as he looked at the other 2. "You 2 bastards, the bet is over. Can you stop flirting with my wife?" Jiang Song cursed angrily. "You're the jerk. I pursued Wen Yan because I like her, not because of some bet." Chi Yi, as if bothered by the noise, pressed his index fingers against his ears and stared straight at me, as if saying, "I told you I'm the one who suits you best." I looked coldly at Lu Zue. "Can you be quiet? If you hadn't allowed and encouraged them to bet on me, who would have dared? The more I think about it, the more I find you unforgivable." Lu Zue's eyes were full of panic. He looked at the 2 kneeling stiffly before me, and then knelt down crisply. "Wife, I really know I was wrong. Just forgive me this once. From now on, I'll do whatever you say." Lu Zue had been pampered and arrogant since childhood, but now he was kneeling so humbly before me. I savored the sight for a while. In his increasingly uneasy gaze, I sneered softly. "Anyone can say nice things, but I won't believe you." Lu Zue seemed out of ideas. He stared at me without blinking, then suddenly blushed. "I saw last time that you had some adult movies saved on your phone. If I serve you like in those movies, would you believe me then? You know that given my personality, if I didn't truly love you, even if I were to die, I would never do such a thing. I do know this, but before I could speak, Jiang Song beat me to it and asked, "What kind of thing? Is it what I did to you last time? You can't let him do that to you. I can't stand another man doing that to you. If you like, I can give it to you right now." Upon hearing this, Lu Zue and Chi both widened their eyes and looked at Jiang Song, then looked up at me. Lu Zue grabbed Jiang Song by the collar, his chest heaving with rage. "What did you do to my wife? What the F***ck did you 2 do behind my back?" Jiang Song lifted his chin. "I promised Wen Yan I couldn't tell you." Lu Zue stared at him with eyes wide with fury. Chi looked at me with deep eyes. At the moment our eyes met, he curled his lips at me. Smart as he was, he naturally knew that he and Jiang Song had both been fooled by me. The more Lu Zue thought about it, the angrier he became. He released Jiang Song, stood up and pressed me down onto the sofa. Jiang Song and Chi quickly stood up and pulled Lu Zue off me. Lu Zue glared at me with fiery eyes. "When did this happen? How dare you let him touch you? How could you be so cheap? Didn't you say you'd love only me for a lifetime?" I looked at his handsome features and laughed indifferently. "Why are you so angry? Didn't you tell them to sleep with me? I thought you'd like it. It's an NTR plot, huh? And you keep begging me to forgive you. Is this your attitude when begging for forgiveness?" Lu Zue shut up, but his eyes were red. He slapped himself twice hard, bright red finger marks appearing on his pale face. Only after his breathing steadied did he speak. "I'm sorry. It's me who's cheap. I shouldn't have cursed you. I can pretend nothing happened. Let's start over." I laughed heartily. Even tears came out from laughing. "But I can't pretend nothing happened because I'm pregnant and the child isn't yours." After my words, the 3 of them stared at me in shock, exchanging astonished looks. Lu Zue was driven to the point of madness. Then you give birth, and I'll even take the child's last name. Damn it. Isn't that enough? Jiang Song looked like he was about to cry. I can also take the child's surname. Chi smiled. I don't mind calling him Dad. I'll personally take care of you during your pregnancy and postpartum recovery. Bullet comments suddenly popped up. Holy crap, it's a complete mess. Might as well eat it up. Did I miss something? How did the supporting female lead get pregnant? To be honest, the way these guys are fighting to be her dogs is so satisfying. Good thing it's not the female lead who's tangled up with them. The female lead is too naive. Once entangled, she'd be done for. The supporting female lead, though scheming, is truly beautiful and cute. I won't bash her anymore. What's supporting female led? She can be called a queen. I'm switching to being a fan. These fence-sitting comments. Of course, I was lying to them. But I really didn't expect these guys to fall for real. It's as if their brains were eaten. How could they be this stupid? But I only wanted to toy with them from the start. Now that I've had my fun and got the money, I'm no longer interested in playing with them. I told the three of them, I have a headache now. I want to get some good sleep. You guys go ahead and leave. They wanted to stay and keep me company, but with a little threat from me, they still left. Before leaving, Chi reminded me, I've already made the food. You'd better eat before sleeping, or your stomach will hurt at night. I nodded and closed the door. I organized my valuables and sold them to a second-hand luxury store. I had already sold the villa, but Lu Zue didn't know yet. That night, I boarded a plane abroad. But 3 minutes before boarding, I sent them each a text message. To Lu Zue, I forgive you, but I can't forget the pain you caused me. I can't marry you. To Jiang Song, I forgive you. I once said I'd protect you, but you lied to me, so that promise no longer counts. To Chi, the hero saves the beauty trick is really lame. Next time you're trying to pick up girls, think of something more original. After sending messages, I threw away the SIM card. Through the bullet comments, I learned that all three of them were searching for me like crazy. But I'll hide myself well and warmly embrace my new life.